Thank God Saw X took place between the first Saw movie and the second one, because I never would have wanted to watch this film if I had to watch 8 other movies to catch up with it. But yeah, Saw X is a good time. If you don't know what it's about, Saw X is about John Kramer, who is the main guy behind all of the Saw killings, as he has cancer and he's trying to deal with the fact that he has cancer and just kind of fight through it. And he thinks that he's gonna die until he's promised this cure by a very scammy looking company. Anybody watching this film will see like the website and just the people talking about it and know instantly that it's a scam. But he's desperate, so of course he falls through for it. And he goes there, he gets the whole scam cancer treatment, and once he realizes it's a scam, well, it's time to get his revenge. And oh, that sweet revenge, it is wonderful and disgusting and horrifying to watch.
Help, please!
This might be the best Saw film in the franchise. I've heard a lot of people say that it's one of the best. And like I said at the start, I have not watched a lot of them, but given what I've seen and what I've heard people say about all the movies following Saw, like the original one, they just kind of get worse and dip in quality, and there's just too much going on. So for this film to step back, go to just after the first movie, but also really in a way where like you don't even need to see the first movie to get this one. You do have Amanda come in from the first movie. The only thing you really need to know about Amanda in this film, though, is that she's essentially Kramer's apprentice, and they tell you that. So yeah, you don't need to watch any Saw movie going into this film to be able to understand it. What I really appreciate about this film is just how much time it gives you with a desperate John Kramer as he's dealing with cancer and getting scammed by these people. And just seeing him go through that makes you sympathize with him immensely. So when you see him go all psychopath on them, you're actually cheering for him. You are not cheering for the desperate people. I just feel like it's a really interesting approach to a film to have you actually side with the killer, who should be the villain, but in this case just isn't. He's the good guy, and it is awesome. The guy who I watched this film with had seen all the previous Saw films, so when he was sitting next to me and telling me how this was by far like the most gruesome movie to date, it was just kind of crazy to me. I was just sitting there like, is this normal? Because this seems really, really extreme what they're doing. And he was like, no, this is like crazy. And it's just like, this movie goes to places where you won't expect it with the gore. Like it goes there to a point where even the biggest fans of gore fests will probably be made uncomfortable at some point. There was a certain scene that involved up here, and I literally was covering my eyes. Not like fully, like covering my eyes, like kind of with my middle finger, like covering the majority, and I was only seeing like outside of it. So I was still kind of seeing what was going on without seeing the main center of the gore. And it was just like, it got there. And I can tolerate gore pretty well. That being said, I haven't watched the Terrifier series, so we'll see how I can tolerate gore if and when I watch those. At the end of the day, Saw X for me is a really solid 3.5 stars. What about you guys? What did you all think of Saw X. Please let me know in the comments down below, or if you haven't seen it yet, let me know if you're even interested in seeing it, or if this just isn't your kind of film. If you want to hear me talk more about Saw X and other films that came out this week, you can either check out the other 2 movie reviews I put out on YouTube, or you could go and check out my podcast, Popcorn Premieres, which I release every week, typically on Thursdays, but we've also had a couple of Friday releases. So my newest episode will be coming out this Thursday, where I talk about Saw X, the creator, Dumb Money, and a few other important topics going on in the film industry right now. The link to that and other stuff like my letterboxd are in the description below. I will see you all in the next video. Like this if you want to see more. Take care.